an all-ticket crowd in a stadium where Manchester United keep faith with their fans. It costs just £2 to stand on the terraces at Old Trafford. You can buy a seat for £2.60, and it's half price for juniors in all areas. So, for the cheapest overall prices in the First Division, the supporters can watch its most expensive player, Brian Robson, who has recovered from the tendon injury which kept him out of the England match. Mike Duxbury has also got fit again, and Norman Whiteside is shaken off a knock received playing for Northern Ireland. So United are able to field the side that beat Liverpool in the Charity Shield at Wembley. Liverpool are unbeaten in 6 league matches since then, and Joe Fagan has kept this side in all of them. 8 of the 11 were away on international duty in the week, but just consider this. Of the 18 full internationals taking part in this match at the start, only 4 are English. A referee who always likes to let the game flow when possible, Keith Hackett from Sheffield. The sheer magnitude of this fixture makes it a classic on the English calendar. The fans know it and the players feel it. Manchester United playing from left to right. Here's Gordon McQueen. Liverpool in yellow. It was Neil. Michael Robinson up there. Being marked by McQueen. For the moment, Moran in the centre is looking after Ian Rush. Everywhere you look is an international player. Lee with the throw. McQueen. Here's Neil. Inside to Souness. Stapleton gets back to make a challenge. Cleared by Wilkins, who comes out of midfield, and the flag was up for offside against Norman Whiteside. Although, as he delivered the ball, Wilkins took a clattering. Here's Lawrenson for Liverpool. Offside this time, Robinson. Brian Robson. Duxbury, the 2 players from United who withdrew from the England squad with injuries, both fit to play in this club match. Here's Robson. And Kennedy had to cut it out, and Whiteside got in. Kennedy saw the danger, but he couldn't quite get the clearance in. Whiteside hit that instantly, and Grobbelaar made his first save. Lee. Johnston. Souness. Stapleton. Whiteside. Foul was by Hansen. Moran and McQueen making their way forward. It's a threat that Liverpool know all about. Left for Moran to chip. McQueen goes in there with Hansen. Robson is up. Oh, was Whiteside fouled? Referee was beautifully positioned and said no. The player involved was Souness. Keith Hackett's position there was absolutely perfect. There's Graham. And Robson taking on Rush and Dalglish and beating them both. Wilkins. And Albiston, the player, making the overlap. He collected. Alan Kennedy, only as far as Graham. touch to the game in there, all right. Robson forward, offside against Whiteside. Just a moment ago, Robson did something in midfield which the coaches were saying after the international in midweek England lacked. Someone who was prepared to take players on with the ball at his feet, beat them and open the game up. And Robson certainly achieved that for United in that last move. Neil. There goes Rush. Lee, good position. Good effort, fine save. A delicate attempt by Sammy Lee. Ian Rush set up the play. Lee saw the opportunity and Bailey knew what he had to do. So it's a corner to Liverpool. Pulled way back by Dalglish, and it finishes up with Lee. Neil. Souness. Dalglish making a run, flags up on the far side. Won't matter now. Graham. It's the championship that Ron Atkinson wants off Liverpool now. Manchester United, holders of the FA Cup and the Charity Shield. But the top prize hasn't come to Old Trafford since 1967. Johnston and Graham. As so often in these matches between Manchester United and Liverpool, sides so aware of one another's strengths, it's a question of who's going to find the inspiration to get through. Duxbury. Wilkins. Stapleton's made a good run and he knocked it back, and Muren's arriving, it's Hansen's in there, and away by Neil. And Arnold Muren wonders how he failed to score. It was a right old tangle and Grobbelaar, I think, was hurt. But Stapleton's was the pull away inside the box that made it possible. That was terrific centre-forward play, and Muren thought he was in. Hansen got a foot there somehow, and so too in the end did Neil. And Grobbelaar comes this time to take McQueen. But still United press with Muren. And force a further throw. 5 minutes to go to half-time. Graham. Moran still well forward, so was McQueen. Excited faces all around in this crowd. There's a crackling atmosphere inside the ground, and Manchester United still enjoying the best home crowds in Britain. First half in which the parts were perhaps better than the whole. The match fairly sizzling with possibilities. Plenty of electricity out there, but nobody quite able to provide the illumination. Still a very popular figure at Old Trafford, Tommy Docherty, the former United manager, back home from Australia, still full of wisecracks. The latest one, when somebody asked him before the game today, would you ever take the Liverpool manager's job? The Doc replied, certainly not, it's far too permanent. These two clubs resume in Europe next week. Liverpool will be hoping to see off the Danish champions. And Manchester United have got a tougher task. They're away to Dukla Prague on Tuesday. The score after the first leg here standing at 1-1. Rush is again pulled onto the left side. Collected it nicely. Here's Souness. Into Robinson. Lee is just behind him and Neil is coming up. Little shove by Stapleton. This enables the Liverpool supporters who are packed behind that goal to try to lift their side. Referee, meantime, is concerned about the United players not being 10 yards away. Lee inside to Souness. Johnston cut that back well. Robinson did his best. It wasn't the easiest of crosses to handle that. Here's Duxbury. Graham. Whiteside is in the middle, so is Stapleton, so is Muren. And Graham has got round the back. And Stapleton! So simple. 53 minutes gone, and the value of wing play is proved again. Arthur Graham, who got his chance here this season because of injuries to Steve Coppell and Alan Davis, went down the right, and Manchester United pushed forward in the middle with 3 players waiting for the cross. The man who met it was Stapleton, and the score is 1-0. United's top scorer for the past 2 seasons. That's his 3rd this time round. They love their wing play here. George Best early on was an example of that. You can go back to the pre-Munich team with Berry and Pegg. You can think of Steve Coppell and Gordon Hill for a while here under Tommy Docherty. And the wide player now, Arthur Graham, on the ball again. And the scorer, Stapleton, and Whiteside's in the middle here, and what a goal it would have been. Suddenly Manchester United rise to the occasion. Graham got them going again, Stapleton this time the provider, and Whiteside thundering in, volleyed wide. Whiteside. Here's Robson. Now the whole pattern changes. Wilkins forward. Whiteside's there. Liverpool asked now to take it on the chin for a few minutes. But we've seen that happen a lot before, and they've come out and found a way back, as they've got to do now to protect their unbeaten league record. But that's the time when Liverpool can catch you. Rush, just look at that. One ball will do it, and it's usually played by Dalglish. Just when Manchester United might have been carried away with the crowd's reaction to their spell, he had rushed through the middle. The crowd of 56,121, the biggest in the Cannon League this season, and it could remain that way for quite some time. Just one empty section there for reasons of safety and segregation, which is why the figure is just below the normal Old Trafford capacity today. Stapleton. Muren. On goes Whiteside, and across comes Lawrenson. And here he is again. Play on, says the referee. They were off the bench below me there, Ronnie Moran and Roy Evans looking for the free kick. Here's Orbiston. Oh, and Neil has flattened Orbiston when the ball is gone. They're 2 of the nicest fellas in the game, actually. So there won't be too many hard feelings there. But it's a free kick to be taken by Muren, and it's into Robson. And Duxbury starts a run again from right back into that space that United are exploiting well. And Stapleton came, and Whiteside got it back in, and out by Neil. Stapleton, surely Grobbelaar over the top from Muren. Neil, an amazing clearance. Stapleton made the first challenge on the keeper. When it came out, it was Whiteside who knocked it back in, and it was under the bar, and Neil got it out. Thrills at the Stretford end. as United have the corner. And this time the goalkeeper keeps his cool. Oh, well played. Muren on to Orbiston. Whiteside is just inside. Stapleton's further over. He's got a chance and missed it. The move was of the highest order. Muren started it and got it down to Orbiston. Whiteside was in a good position and got the ball in. And Stapleton on the volley put it over the bar, but applause thunders round Old Trafford because that's the sort of football they like to see. I saw Phil Neal making a gesture to the bench a moment or two ago as though he may have a slight injury. Kennedy surging forward, rushed to his left. Robson was the man who got the foot in. Muren the purveyor of the pass. Whiteside to Wilkins. They want to stay onside if they can, and they have. Whiteside, there's nobody up with him at the moment. He'll have to go alone. And Lawrenson got to him. Meantime, Liverpool to make a substitution. It's coming off, having made a signal to the bench a few minutes ago. And he'll be replaced by Steve Nicol.
Liverpool substitute Steve Nicol.
And Liverpool still very much on the receiving end here. Graham. McQueen is the player on the far side. Moran's in there. And the Stretford end singing Manchester United home. Souness. Dalglish. Duxbury was backing off. Dalglish again, got it back from Rush and tried to find Robinson. And again Dalglish, and Robson's miskicked completely. And Muren sorts it out to Duxbury. And the United fans breathe again. And Stapleton's away from Wilkins' brilliant pass. A tremendous ball by Ray Wilkins. A roar goes up around Old Trafford as Manchester United, thanks to Stapleton's goal, made by Arthur Graham, end Liverpool's unbeaten league record and suggest with these 3 points that the balance of power may be shifting. Manchester United, thanks to that victory, achieved in a crackling atmosphere, will now go above Liverpool in the league table. The big question is, will they still be above them at the end of the season?